Pinterest is not the first place that comes to mind when people think brand deals, i.e. companies collaborating with creators or influencers to make and post content. But my hot take, backed up by facts and experience, is that Pinterest is actually the best platform for these types of partnerships, especially when it comes to alignment, expectations, and profitability potential. And I actually think it needs to be a priority platform for brands and creators alike, not an afterthought. I've done a number of Pinterest brand partnerships over the years, sometimes for dedicated Pinterest content and others as an add-on for campaigns we were doing on other platforms. And I'm fully aware that this is uncharted territory for a lot of people. So as a Pinterest educator, I've actually partnered with Pinterest to create this video. The goal is to share the value of doing partnerships on Pinterest, how these partnerships might differ from other platforms, and some best practices for making these collaborations successful. It is a best case scenario for both brands and creators when sponsored content reaches not only the intended audience, but an audience that is receptive to receiving it. And if we're being honest, social media isn't actually the best place for this. Hands up if you've been personally victimized by a brand boosting a sponsored piece of content to an audience that did not want to see it. Though on social media we are really used to seeing ads, most people aren't opening up social media with a type of shopping mentality. They're opening these platforms out of habit, they're looking for a distraction or entertainment. So no matter what, ads are usually breaking that experience. But on Pinterest, the audience is usually opening the app with some sort of intention. They're ready to execute a task, they're looking for a solution for something. And more often than not, that solution involves making a purchase. Even if they are just in the early days vision board stage of something, a purchase is still somewhere on the horizon. So as long as an ad is done well and is shown as this potential solution or answer to their search, it's going to be much, much, much better received. So let me just say, I have never received a hate comment on one of my brand partnerships on Pinterest. So let's look at the value of doing brand partnerships on Pinterest in greater detail. First, from the brand's perspective. And creators, do not fast forward, because every single one of the points we're going to cover can be used as a talking point when you're trying to negotiate with a brand, or maybe even just trying to upsell them on an existing campaign. So first, a brand usually has one of two main goals when they partner with a creator to make content. Either awareness, i.e. getting as many eyeballs on the content as possible, with the goal of making more people aware of the brand and their products or services, or conversion, i.e. getting as many viewers as possible to take some sort of action, usually making a purchase or signing up for something. In other words, you're converting these viewers into customers. And Pinterest is honestly ideal for both of these. First, on the awareness front, I do want to share a stat that brands who collaborate with creators show an increase of 38% brand and an increase of 37% pin awareness. So it's definitely a great place to get those additional eyeballs. And then for conversion, we already touched on this when talking about audience receptiveness, but I really think that brands keep trying to shoehorn conversion-driven campaigns where they don't belong, i.e. on social media. It takes a lot to convince someone who's scrolling, minding their own business, to break the scroll, click the link, leave the platform, break out their credit card and make a purchase. They're just not in that mindset. So if a goal of campaign is to make sales, it's just so much more strategic to run the campaign on a platform where people are just naturally more open to clicking links, visiting other websites, and making purchases. Long-term visibility is another benefit to brands, and it's something I personally always bring up when I try to pitch brands on the power of Pinterest. The potential lifespan of content on Pinterest is just so much longer than on social media. Due to the nature of the algorithms and the fact that people use Pinterest as a search engine, content can be served to someone years after it was created. And from a brand perspective, that money that they're investing into that content just gets stretched so much further, especially for campaigns that center their cornerstone or like most timeless products, rather than it just getting posted on social media as like a one and done. Creators on Pinterest also tend to be very in tune with their audience. They really understand their audience's needs and pain points. And from a brand's perspective, this is so beneficial because I find true partnerships can be formed to create something special versus a brand just kind of using a creator as a talking head to almost just read a script. And actually, another stat here on the topic, content made by Pinterest creators have 45% higher saves than other content on the platform. And I think this stat is a really good challenge to the brands who are maybe thinking, okay, I get it. Pinterest is a valuable platform. We should absolutely be marketing on it. But instead of working with creators and spending our money there, we are just going to create all of our content in-house. We're gonna make our own ads. This to me is saying, no, you're gonna have much more success actually partnering with a creator who knows the platform and knows the audience to create something unique and fitting of the platform. And another note I wanna fit in there too is that content can be sponsored and amplified in ways that are already familiar to social media marketing. Pinterest has a paid partnership label that will be very intuitive to use for anyone who has used something similar on another platform. Now I want to flip the value proposition to the perspective of the content creators. Why would you want to spend your time pitching brands for collaborations on Pinterest and or upselling them on your existing campaigns? First and foremost, brand deals are the primary income source for most content creators. And diversifying your income streams is the key to long-term sustainability. And if you're a creator who is already getting brand deals, introducing Pinterest as a potential add-on to a campaign is a great way to earn some extra money, while also benefiting the brand by helping them get a bigger return on their investment. So personally, when a brand reaches out saying, here's our campaign idea, what are your rates? I will usually respond with my rate for the deliverables they requested, as well as my rates if they were to include Pinterest as an add-on, touching on at least one of the benefits to the brand that we just talked about earlier. So I do actually have a successful upsell email here to give you an idea of what this looks like in practice. So an agency reached out to me on behalf of the brand saying, what are your deliverables for XYZ? I think it was an Instagram post and TikTok, blah, blah, blah. I said, hello, thank you for reaching out, yada, yada, yada. My rates for the deliverables would be a total of That being said, do you know if the client might be interested in leveraging a Pinterest pin to help with long-term exposure? And I said, here's an example of a previous collaboration. So at first they said, while the bundle looks great for sustained messaging, this campaign, our priority is just TikTok and Instagram, but we'll still run it by the client and let you know. Fast forward, whoa, that was a long time in between. They got back to me almost 2 weeks later, and they ended up proposing it to the client, and they wanted to go for it. And I was actually their first partnership on Pinterest. And they were really pleased with how the content performed, and they ended up coming back to me later pitching more Pinterest content. And then I just want to touch on the benefit to the audience, because I think this is really important. If these brand partnerships are done well, usually meaning that they are giving the creator a lot of creative freedom. They're trusting that the creator really knows the platform and the audience. The audience ends up with helpful, valuable content that is fulfilling their search needs. And so I want to end with some rapid fire best practices for doing partnerships on Pinterest so that they keep the audience happy and as a result perform well. And all of these best practices are going to come back to what makes the Pinterest audience so unique. So first, resist the urge to use those gimmicky scroll stopping hooks and tactics that might be effective on other platforms. Oh my goodness, this lipstick is the best one I've ever used. You have to have it right now, otherwise you're missing out on life. That's not going to do the trick on Pinterest. Instead, come up with a unique concept around the product or the service, considering how it might fit into common search terms or life events or a particular look, style, mood, project. Something that will be genuinely helpful for the audience. Next, show. Telling does not really have a place on Pinterest. People do not usually have their audio on when they're scrolling through Pinterest. That means that your content should be able to be mostly understood visually. Clear text on screen is helpful for when there is talking or when you need to communicate maybe the finer details of something. But overall, your content should be visually focused and captivating and tailored to your audience's needs. Are they looking for inspo content? Then your visuals should primarily show the end result of something, the final look. Or is it more of a how-to or a journey that they're trying to understand or plan for? If so, show the process. It's also really beneficial to frame this content around a search term that your audience might have in mind, the keywords that they're typing into the search bar, rather than just the product name itself. I've got another fun stat here. 96% of top searches on Pinterest are unbranded, showing that pinners are open to new ideas. So that means that when people go to Pinterest, they are open to being provided specific brands, but they're not specifically searching for information on a specific brand. An example of this that I often like to point to is the partnership that I did with CoverGirl. It was about the products, but we framed it around the solution it offered. And that was skincare hack for low maintenance girls. Another was easy winter skincare routine featuring the products from CoverGirl. Another example of this to kind of get your brain going is that if you were promoting, I don't know, a sewing machine, I feel like that would be a really effective thing to promote on Pinterest personally. The content shouldn't be, here is the 36 sewing machine BC 100, and then just showing all the cool things it can do. Some of the unique ways you could approach it could be maybe looking at the features of the sewing machine itself. What problems do these features address? Then you would center the content around the problem that somebody might have and how this sewing machine is the perfect one to solve that problem. You're with me, right? And again, thinking back to things that are visual, you want to be showing this in action, thinking about the type of projects that somebody would maybe want to be using the sewing machine for, and creating that type of content versus a creator just being like a talking head talking about all the great things about the sewing machine. Yeah, I just need Pinterest brand partnerships to be a bigger thing. And honestly, as creators, how cool would it be if we were the ones leading the charge on this? Taking all of this knowledge and actively pitching brands for these types of collaborations. And if as an influencer you want to learn more about the benefits of creating on Pinterest, watch this next. Thanks for watching, and until next time.